section 3 review of. We don't
Yeah,
go over the outcomes, do we?
We're in lesson 8 group meeting quiz.
So lesson 8, it just gives you all the different outcomes that are expected right now. And if we need to, we can go to each, but I say we just kind of go through the questions.
Okay.
And if you have any questions about the outcomes from that, we can talk about those as well.
Sounds good.
Works for me.
Okay. All right. So I want to start.
Okay.
Sorry if I don't talk as much tonight. I screwed up my throat, and so I threw up a lot of acid, and so my throat hates me right now.
Dang.
Oof.
Yeah. So if someone wants to start question 2, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
Which of the following variables is/are categorical? It's only the middle one. Randomly selected brand toothpaste at a convenience store, because the number of animals in the local zoo is not by category. It's by all the animals. Nothing is specific. It's numerical. And then the age and the years randomly selected in a vehicle in a parking lot is not specific. It's just a variable. Also numerical. Thanks. So it's just the middle one.
Okay.
It's numerical. Categorical, I'm sorry.
Yeah, categorical. Yeah.
Okay, I got the age in cars wrong. I was thinking that was 2. But that's numerical.
Yep. Who's got number 3?
I can do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it.
The mean IQ test score in the United States is 100. 20 randomly selected statistics students took an IQ test, and the mean of their scores was 112. Which of the following statements is or are true? 100 is a parameter and 112 is a statistic.
That's what I got.
That's what I with.
That's what I got.
I'll do 5, but I printed this and mine is worded slightly different from what I'm hearing you guys say, so I'm not sure if this is going to work for me.
Okay.
But,
do you want to do 4 or 5?
Well,
we're on 4.
Mine seemed to be numbered one different, but
okay. Just
Rotham
go right ahead.
City? Is it Rotham City?
Yep.
Yep, Rotham City
has 4 distinct neighborhoods. The property values vary similar within each neighborhood, but they vary considerably from neighborhood to neighborhood. A very low property value, the other has extreme high property values. Prices are usually roughly proportionate to the property values. What is the sample we should collect to gauge residents' response in property taxes? I said stratified sampling.
That's what I did too.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't really hear you.
I called that stratified sampling.
That's what I did too.
Because you're dividing the population into groups, random sampling some of each group.
Because there weren't multiples, because that would be a cluster. Systematic, there was no really system to it, and a simple random sample, it wasn't, because there was specific people. So that's what I'm going with.
Yep.
Makes sense. The next question: when designed experiments are conducted in a public school system, researchers typically choose a particular district and randomly select teachers of, say, 4th grade students in that district. The experiment is then conducted using all the students in the selected class. Which type of sampling would that be? Would that be considered a systematic random sample or a cluster?
Cluster, that's what I put, because it's, yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I went with. Cluster.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did too, because it said 4th grade students in the district. So that is very specific.
Gotcha.
And it's not random or stratified or simple random sample.
Yeah, the only
Yep.
reason I thought random was just because it says a randomly select teachers, and they just happen to be 4th grade teachers, and then it's all of the students of that 4th grade teacher.
It also says choose a particular district too. It's not a random district.
That's true. Okay.
They try to trick you on that one.
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone agrees?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Number 6. I think it's me, right?
Yep.
Okay. At a school fundraiser, the name of every person who attends was entered into a drawing. At the end of the evening, 6 names were selected to receive door prizes. Which of the sampling scheme was implemented? It's A, simple random sample.
Check.
That's what I got.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah, because the other ones don't make sense at all. So,
Number 7.
yes, sir.
A special interest group is conducting a survey regarding wolves in Yellowstone National Park. To adequately gauge opinions on both sides of the political spectrum, the researchers took the list of registered Democrats and selected a simple random sample of 100 people. Then they took a list of registered Republicans and selected a simple random sample of 100 people. Which type of sampling scheme was implemented? A systematic random sample?
I got stratified random sample.
Stratified?
Yeah, because if
Yes.
it was systematic, it would be like every 4th person. That would be more of a system instead of just a collective one. So I got stratified random sample.
That makes sense.
That's my vote. Okay. Survey was taken at the crossroads.
Yep.
And I can't open that because I don't have internet.
It's all good. We can help you out.
I can
So,
read the question, but I can't calculate. All right. First question.
mhm.
The descriptive statistics of the amount spent at the crossroad purchases. Give the mean, standard deviation, and 5-number summary of the data.
Yep. So with this one, you just have to download it, put it into that, and then equals mean. Or you can just put it into right into that. What's it called? The quantitative descriptive statistics. If you put all into that, it'll tell you all of them. And I just did that one, and I got 4.771.
Mm-hmm.
And I have it popped up right here too.
So that's just plugging in. It's not calculating
Yep.
anything.
Yeah, you just plug it in.
Okay.
It'll tell you all of them. But you have to make sure you round to the 3rd decimal, though. Did you guys get that as well?
Almost. Oops.
Okay.
What did you say the mean was?
The mean was 4.771.
Okay, yeah. My computer's going really slow, so it's just taking me a moment.
It's all good. I can give you guys standard deviation as well too. You guys need to.
I'm gonna plug it in when I get home and do it anyway, so I don't need
Okay. What I got was 1.912 for standard deviation.
Standard deviation.
Mm-hmm.
Is that .s or .p?
You have to round it. So usually it would come out to like 1.9118. You have to round it, so it's 1.912.
Mm,
So you got 1.912?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I got.
And it's like the histogram one you just have to do in the applet because you can't really put it in this. So it's just true, I guess. For question 10.
okay.
Start
Yeah.
by creating a histogram of the amount spent in the crossroads, then mark the following statement true or false. I created a histogram.
So you just have to go into it, create a histogram.
Okay. Next one.
Yes, sir. Who's got it?
I can do it.
Okay, cool.
Jessica Meir and her research team measured the body temperatures of a sample of diving elephant seals. A thermistor was placed at a specific location on each seal to measure its body temperature. The body temperature of seals tends to decrease as they dive. The researchers estimated the typical body temperature of each seal at the time they initiate a dive and called this the representative temperature of the seal. Thermistors were placed in the hepatic sinus of 4 of the seals, named Bottle, Roberta, Larry, and Pear. The seal's body temperature at the start of the dive was calculated to be 37.91, 37.25, 38.98, and 38.16. Complete the following table and use your work to answer the question for the next 4 questions. What is the value of the numbers that goes in the position marked with an A in the table above?
So my biggest question is how to get X bar.
So,
X bar, isn't that the mean of the
So
temperature?
if we do all those and then get the mean,
I'm guessing at this. I don't know.
So 38.075.
The mean.
That's
Yeah.
the average, right? If you put
That's
into
that'd be the mean.
that's the mean, right? Is the average?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mean is our X bar in this case. So you just take 37.91 minus 38.075.
Okay. So I got negative 0.165.
Means that or yeah, just means the standard deviation in that case or of that would be negative.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because it's smaller. So
You said 0.165. Is that what I just?
negative.
Negative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
negative
negative.
point.
0.165.
Yep, negative because
Okay.
it's bigger than the 37.91. Do that. I got for the B, I got 0.681. Because you do that and then just square it. So
681.
Yeah.
yep, 0.681. That's what I got.
That's what mine just came out to.
Cool.
I must have counted wrong because I had 0.60 or 0.680.
You just have to
Did you-
round.
You have to round it.
Yeah, okay.
So it ended up being 0.68065. And if
Yeah.
you round, that's where the 0.681 comes from.
Okay.
Okay. What quantity is equal to the sum of numbers in the squared deviations column?
None of them. Yeah, none of them. Because they're square deviations. It's not the mean, it's not standard deviation or the variance. They're just square deviations.
Yeah.
It's like their own little separate subcategory.
Okay, what is the standard deviation of these temperatures? 0.715.
That's what I got.
Yep.
Then under certain condition, the standard deviation could be negative. That's
True.
false.
False.
False. Mm-hmm. Because it's by one, so it's going by wherever you're going. It's towards it. You can't go a negative distance.
Okay.
Makes sense. Okay. The next one. In the same study, the researchers placed thermistors in 3 seals, First and Patty, near their spinal cord and the brain and the extratal vein. They placed thermistors in 6 other seals in the aorta, the largest artery. Finally, they placed thermistor in 4 other seals, hiatus, sinus. The results are below. Okay, which location resulted in the most consistent temperature movements from one seal to another? Justify your answer. I said the extradural was
That's
the
what I got
most
as well.
because the standard deviation is the that
It's the smallest.
okay.
That's what I got as well.
So you want something smaller than the standard deviation that we found?
It's the most consistent. So it's like the smallest one. If it was off by a lot, that means there was a wide gap of standard deviations about something that could have gone wrong. So you want to get the smallest one because you have the most accurate table.
Okay.
And E is the standard deviation is a measure of spread. And the smaller the spread, the closer the data is together. So were we supposed to do any calculating on that? Because I just standard deviation. Okay.
Yep. That's kind of more like logic.
Okay. That's
Yep. Cool. I'll do the next one too. The number of hours students spent studying for exam were recorded. The data are represented by the box plot below. Use the box plot to answer the next two questions. All right, so what is the third quartile? It is 8. Yep, because I'm going
For
with
the previous answer, did you guys say did you say extradural?
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, you can continue.
It's all good. So what is the third quartile? Is 8, or 75% of the third quartile would be 8. And then I'll do 18 as well. It's kind of the same kind of question. So what is the percentage of the data that lies between 4 hours and 8 hours? List the number as a percent and not decimal, and do not include the percent sign. So I got 50% because I got from 75% minus 25% is 50%. 1, 2, yep. Or I got from 25% to 50,
What?
75. So
And I guess I was going to 68%, somehow applying the 68, 95, 99.7.
97. Yeah.
That though.
Also, I just got 50% too because the line in the middle, it's both 25 and 25. So I just added up to 50.
Okay.
So
You could also say the first quartile's at 25 and the third's at 75.
Oh yeah.
And 75 minus 25 is the 50% between those two quartiles.
that's what I got. So these ones coming up, I had a little bit of problems with. So
Okay. An observation from a normally distributed population is considered unusual.
Save your voice.
Okay.
yeah,
An observation from normally distributed population is considered unusual if it is more than 2 standard deviations away from the mean. There are several contaminants in the water supply. Nitrate concentrations above 10 parts per million are considered a health risk for infants less than 6 months. Rexburg reports nitrate concentration in the city's water supply between 0.15955 ppm, and values outside this range are unusual. 1.59 ppm is the value of mu minus 2 times the standard deviation, and mu plus 2 times the standard deviation is equal to 2.52 ppm. It is reasonable to assume concentration is normally distributed. Okay, estimate the mean of the measured nitrate concentration in Rexburg's water.
so
And
I know. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just saying I had 2.055.
2.055. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's what I got. So I did. Okay, I did do that right.
Where did you get that, Lester?
Uh, I'm looking at my notes. I can't remember. I did this.
It's just the average. I just got the average between 2.52 and 1.59. That's how I got it.
Okay.
It looks like that's what I did.
That's what I did. That's what I got.
So you could make it harder, but that's simple enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Estimate the standard deviation of the measured nitrate concentration in Rexburg's drinking water. I'm not sure of this, but I got 0.233.
That's the correct answer. How did you get that?
You're not going to want to hear how I got it. I
I kind of do because the regular standard deviation between those two is 0.657. But how did you get 0.233?
I think. Let's see if I can find my notes on it.
So I got that one wrong, and then it tells me the right answer too. So I'm like, I have no idea how I got that.
How was the question 19 gotten again?
2.055. You just have to average the 2.52 to 1.59.
Because what you've got is two standard deviations above and below the mean.
Okay.
With those numbers that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you average those two, that should give you that number.
Oh, okay. So you just had to do some algebra to put the other. Oh, okay. Okay. I understand now. Bless you.
Thank you.
Back to 20. I don't have my notes on that, but I've got a question mark because I really wasn't sure.
You got it right though.
What was it?
0.23.
0.233.
Yep.
Sorry, I was moving up paper. You say 0.123?
No, 0.233.
And can you walk me through again how you did that?
I'm sorry, I don't have my notes. I'm looking in my
You're fine.
luggage and my laundry, and I don't see them. I think they're in my backpack.
No problem. Standard deviation.
So I think you have to do a little bit of algebra on it too, because it's 2 below and 2 above, and then get the average of those. I'm not sure. Well, we always can come back to that one too. So. Should we start on 21?
Sure.
Okay. So between the two measured nitrate concentrates do approximately 68% of the data values lie. I got the last one. I got 1.823 and 2.288 ppm.
That's exactly what I got. I mean, I rounded different on the first one. I had 830. What did you
Mhm.
have?
I
Oh,
Yeah, it's just it's a multiple choice ones too. So that's what I got. I got pretty close to that number and the other one. So
okay.
So I solved and figured out how the 0.233 comes about.
oh wait, how'd you get it?
So you take either one of the assumed equations of the
Okay.
mean plus 2 standard deviation equals 2.52. You solve for the mean, which was the 2.055, and then you solve for standard deviation, and that gets you 0.233. So if you have the
Okay, so
2.055 plus 2 standard deviation equals 2.52, you
yeah.
minus 0.52 minus 0.55, and that gets you, oops, that'll get you 0.465. And when you divide that by 2, it gets you 0.2325, which rounding is 0.233.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
What was question 21? Sorry, I was solving question 20.
That's all good. So I got the last one. I got 1.823 and 2.288 ppm.
And was that from just, did you have to do any math or throw in a z-score into like the normal probability applet, or how did?
I put in the applet. Because I stink at those. So I usually, if anything, the 68, 79 or 98.9 rule, whatever, I just put in the applet because I have no idea how to do it, and that's how I did it.
So what did you put in the applet?
So it would be the 68, so it would be 0.68.
As the area?
Yeah. And then it would give you the lower and then the upper.
It gives you the lower and upper z-scores, and then did you plug that in to solve?
Pretty sure I did.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Because, and also just kind of, okay, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Blake.
No, go ahead. Well, I was just looking at it too, just because, I don't know. I just kind of did elimination off of them because 0.357 is way too low. So I kind of knocked that one out. 0.055 and 0.52, those are the means. So that's not it. And then 1.590, that is way too low for it. So like 1.823 and 22, that was the closest one that I saw. So I kind of just eliminated it because they just look so small and they just didn't match up too. But Lester, what did you do to figure those out?
I'll be honest, maybe I did it. I took the previous answer, 0.233,
Okay.
and added that to the mean to get 2.287, and I subtracted it from the mean to get 1.830.
Okay. 1.80, you said?
Whatever that number was.
Oh,
And it comes
1.82.
out to 1.822.
Okay. So that's how you did it then?
Yeah.
So
That
you did
makes sense.
0.233 plus the mean, and then what? And then what?
I just took the standard deviation
Okay.
and subtracted it from the mean and added it to the mean.
Oh, okay.
That 68% is one above and below the mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all I did.
I mean,
Makes sense. Cool.
I can do it. The admissions committees for most Masters of Business Administration programs require the Graduate Management Admission Test as part of the application for new students. It has been shown that the scores on the GMAT are normally distributed with a mean of 542.3 and a standard deviation of 120.54. The minimum GMAT score required for admission to the MAC program in the School of Accountancy at BYU is 500, but it is rare for students with scores less than 600 to be admitted. What is the probability that a randomly selected student will score above 542.3 on the GMAT?
I just guessed and I put 0.50 and I got it right. So I have no idea.
What the heck?
That's what I did
I'm like,
because it's telling you the mean.
that's what I
10.
thought. Because that was the closest to the mean. And also, I just said accountancy BYU is 500 and anything above that. And they said it wasn't more than 600. So I just put 0.50. I got it right. So I'm trying to figure out how I got that right.
you said you got 50% or 0.5?
I got 0.50, yeah.
Yes.
How did you get that, Lester?
I just said they're giving us the mean already. And if they're asking us selected student, 50% will score above. So we know what the mean is.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 0.48. But I don't know if that has anything to do with the answer.
I think that's the answer to the next question.
Is it?
I got
Well,
points. I got 0.684.
7.
For the next one?
Yeah, I got 0.684 for that one.
Oh, okay.
Was it
Sorry.
probably- Have you submitted yours already?
Yeah.
Was it probably that score below 600?
Oh, that's right. Below. Yeah, it's below 600. So
It'd be more than half.
You said you got 0.684?
Yep.
Okay, on the normal probability applet, I got 0.6847.
Okay. And what did you shade to the left and right?
For the
Or did you do for the area for the for the probability app?
So I solved for the z-score and then shaded to the left of the upper line And so I shaded everything below the upper line, which was upper line was my 600. Everything
Okay.
below that came out to 0.684.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Still can't figure out how the other one would work.
The SIFTY.
Yeah.
I guessed because I just minused it from the or not standard deviation. I minused it from the regular one, and it said 500, and I'm like, that's about half.
Gotcha.
And
You
I
minus
got-
what from what?
so I thought it was just because I was looking at it said it's 500, but they admitted 600, and the mean was 542.3, so that's roughly almost half. Because I put 542, and I just moved the decimal place over 2 places
Mm.
for the mean, and it's 0.54, but I'm like, I like round numbers, so I just put 0.5, and that's how I got it, and I got it right. So I have no idea how I mathematically how I did it.
Okay.
I have no idea. And then for 24, did you just shave to the right instead of the left? And then did you get 0.316?
For number 24.
Yeah.
Or you could subtract 0.684 from 1 and get 0.316. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Once,
You do that too.
And you got 0.315.
I got 0.316.
Okay. Yeah, when you shade to the right, it just comes with a 0.3153. So, but I'm sure.
I got 0.3163.
Well then. Okay.
Okay.
Did you misquote that response to the 10th percentile?
And how do you get the 10th percentile again? Do you just have to put into the app? You just put into the applet and they'll do it for you?
I think this one would be easier in that other spreadsheet. He plugs it in.
The quantitative.
Yes.
But what numbers would you use?
So my app is not working. Sad. So what you do is in the applet, you would plug it. You would put 0.1 for the 10th percentile. And then with the 0.1, it gives you your z-score. And so you take your z-score of, if it's the 10th percentile, it's looking like 1.645, actually negative 1.645. And we know the mean, and we know the standard deviation. And then you would just solve for x, or the number that corresponds to the 10th percentile.
And what formula is that?
So that is just the z-score equals the x, or whatever your sampling group is, minus the mean all over the standard deviation.
Okay. Let me do that real quick.
5,
Do you get 388?
will tell you in just a second. 120.4. You say 344?
I got 388.
388, okay. And is that what was correct?
Yep. And then for the and then for the 90th then for the 90th percentile, just do 0.9 and do the same thing and get X.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick.
Okay, I got 387.888. So
Yep. And
For the
round
10th.
it. It says round to the nearest whole number.
okay, so 388.
Then you do the same thing with 0.9. I got 697 for 26.
Now 1.288 times 4. 542. What did you say you got? 697.556 or 698? 697?
I got 697.
Okay. So yeah, you just find the z-score and then solve for x.
Okay, cool. Okay, now find the first quartile distribution of GMAT scores. Would that be the same thing, but 0.25? First
Just-
quartile is 25th percent.
Yeah.
Okay. And just find X. And then the other one is just 0.75 and then figure that out to get the next one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the first quartile, I got 462.
I got 624. Oh, wait. For the first quartile?
Yeah, it should be the negative z-score, which should give you 461.5 or 462.
Yeah, I got 461, and I put that in. I didn't round. I don't know why I didn't round it, but I got it right.
I'm sure each one has an uncertainty error or plus or minus
Yeah.
a little.
Probably one or two, probably.
Yeah. And then for 75%,
I got 624. It was like 623 point something. I can't remember.
so 6, yeah. I did a little bit too high, but I got around 625, 624. I didn't do exactly 75%. Is it making sense how you solve for those?
Yeah, no, I understand now. Okay, so for this next one is for n equals 15. The distribution of sample mean scores for all such samples. So is that including question 28, 27, 26, 25, and 24?
I think so.
Okay. I got the mean of 542.3.
That's the original mean.
Yep, that's what I got.
Surprise, surprise.
I know, who would have thunked it?
So did you calculate it, or did you just go with what was given?
I just went with what was given because I didn't want to calculate it and I got it right. So because that it sounds right because I just went with the original one.
That's true. Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter how many are there, it's going to be the same exact mean. At least that was what was my thinking.
That makes sense.
It's probably plus or minus a few, but
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But at least because it said it was randomly too, and it said 100, so 15 is probably pretty close to it. So
yeah.
I put the original one, got it right. So. And then you just get all of them and then do the standard deviation of the sample mean scores. And I got 31.123.
For the standard deviation?
So I did all of them and find out what the standard deviation was. That one that's when I plugged in all the other ones.
Gotcha. I did the math and I got 542.5.
Okay.
So
It's probably within a couple of them. So
how did you do the standard deviation then?
I just plugged in 542.33, 624, 461, 687, 388, and 0.316, and then I did STEV.S, and that's how I got it. I just found the standard deviation of that.
And what did you get?
I got 31.123. Excuse me.
I've still got some studying to do.
I do too.
I got a lot of them, but I struggled with some of them.
Yeah, I did too. So definitely understand that. And then the last one, what is probability of the sample means of the GMAT score in simple random sample of n equals 15 is greater than 600.
Is it the same as the original as well?
No, so I got 0.032. Because it's not half, because that's 500. Be about 3%.
So also another way to do question 30 is you take the standard deviation of the 120.54 by the square root and samples, which is the square root of 15, and that'll get you 31.123.
Oh, how'd you get that one again?
So you take your original standard deviation of 120.54, and you divide that by the square root of n samplings. So the square root of
15.
15, and that gives you 31.123, which is also the standard deviation of sample means.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So then I would take the 31.123 and then divide that by square root 15. That would get the 0.032.
Well, this is asking for a probability, so that probably won't work. The probability, so this one, oh, I don't like these ones.
How would you do those ones then?
Yeah, I always forget how to do probability.
I know, right?
So you have to find the z-score, and to do the z-score, so this one is hopefully you can see this. If not, let me know. So it's the z-score is equal to x bar minus the mean over the standard deviation over square root n.
Okay.
So that's what you use to get your z-score, and then whatever probability you're looking for above 600. So then you shade in
To the
to
right.
the right of 600. Yeah.
Mm.
So that should give it to you. I'll just do the math real quick and see.
That's what I got.
Yep, so you shaded in 0.0319 or 0.032.
Yep.
Okay. That equation, if you want, it's in step 4 of
A wiki.
so that's where that equation is.
Okay. Perfect. And submit. Oh, look, 100%. Who would have thunk it?
I feel like I might have put one in wrong. Nope.
Cool. Well, guys, good luck on your test. You can email us if you need anything, but it closes on the 12th, so we got 2 days to do it. So
Have you done yours already?
What?
no, I haven't had time.
What's lesson 9?
I have no idea. Good question.
Because we still have to meet
You as well.
on the Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah. We just can't talk about the test. So that's about
Okay.
it. Cool.
Okay, sweet.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, guys. See you later.